Okay, let's try this again. Awesome. Okay. Take it out to my keynote. No. Okay, let's see here. Perfect. We're just on the wrong screen. Okay. Should be caught up here in just a second. Yay! Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first live training in this group. I'm really excited. Let's double check that this is all working. Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about discovering your ideal client and what that means for your business and how you can accomplish that in your wedding business. Now, we're going to go through the workbook that was attached. If you didn't get to download the workbook, don't worry. There's like 1,000 opportunities to. And following this, we're going to upload this video and have it available on our website, and you will receive a password to access that special page on our website, as well as I'll be posting that in here in this group. And then I'll pop on the group after in case anybody has any questions, and continue to ask your questions here in the group. And we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to continue to do the same training over and over just to help people out. So we're going to get started with this today. Here we go. All right. So first, I just want to say welcome. I know that running your own wedding business can be so challenging. You have the day-to-day admin activities, answering emails, sending proposals, handling leads, and it just takes so long. And then on top of all those admin tasks and marketing yourself, you have to actually provide the services that you're selling. So it can just be such a juggle to keep everything under control and stay on task. So I want to try to help you figure out who you should be marketing to and some simple ways to do that. Just a quick little bit about me. My name is Rachel Harper. My background is in wedding planning and in the wedding industry. I did that for many years, and once I had children, I decided that it was time to be home again on the weekend. So my background is technically in marketing. It's what I went to college for. And so basically what will happen is you'll see that a lot of my examples throughout anything I've ever done, it revolves back to the wedding industry. And so I thought, what better way than to do some trainings for just those folks? Okay, so the first thing that we want to drill down and really look at is who is our ideal client. So who is she? And it can be she or he, but 9 times out of 10, we're really normally dealing with a female client. So let's talk a little bit about who she is. First off, what is your ideal client's age? Now, I know that might seem like a weird question, or like, hey, Rachel, why do we need to know what our ideal client's age is? Well, it really drills down to who you're marketing to. We have brides that are going to hit that 20-something, and then we have brides that are going to hit the 30-something, 40-something, and plus. So you market to all of those different age ranges completely differently. For myself, I'm going to be 40 next week, and you're going to market to me a heck of a lot different than you're going to market to a 20-year-old. The difference being is I'm more settled in my life. I have my career. I have children. There are different things that I value, and my age, for a lot of the time, will play a factor into where I am in my social economical standing. So figuring out who your ideal client is, and there's no wrong answer to these questions. The idea is to not compare yourself to others. The idea is to figure out who is right for you, who you can benefit the most, and how that person will make it so your job is so much easier. Okay, so and the next question is, what is her income level? I think it's really important to keep in mind when you're doing marketing, if you're really looking for someone who is looking to do, a $10,000 to $20,000 wedding, which is still a substantial amount of money, you're going to market to that person a heck of a lot different than someone who's looking to do a 60, 70, $100,000+ wedding. Now, if your ideal client hits in that $25,000 range for an overall budget, you're not going to want to post on your social media table mock-ups that don't fit that income level. You don't want to post flower mock-ups or cakes that don't hit in that income level. The reason being is you don't want the wrong clients engaging with you. It will waste your time. You don't want to have to take extra phone calls or emails or send out proposals to people that don't match you. And the same being said, if you are in that higher echelon of client, you don't want to be posting a bunch of DIY type of imagery on your social media channels or have on your website, because that doesn't match where they are in life. And once again, no wrong answer to this. It's all about figuring out what's right for you and your business. The next one, what is their education level? So this one's this is sort of a typical marketing question. And the idea being is that if they have a higher education, they tend to value things differently than those that say just have a high school diploma. Now, that also plays a factor into where their age is. They might not have even had a chance to get more than a high school diploma. It really, once again, depends on who the right fit for you and your business is. What is her occupation? What does she do for a living? Is she a teller at a bank? Great job, 9 to 5. Is she the CEO of the company and constantly on the phone, doing emails, on the go? It really matters of how they take in information based on what their occupation is. A lot of these questions, you have your ideal client, you have who you want, and this will help us drill down who that person is. Now, what does she value most? This is a big one. This really matters a great deal on how you market. Is it her family? Is the most important thing to her family? This can, once again, that age factor will play into this. For me, my family is so important to me. I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids and a fur baby who's over here laying in the sun. And my family is so important to me. My mom, my stepdad, everyone that's my family is very, very important to me. And that matters how you market to me. I'm going to tune in into imagery that's family related. Is it her friends? For a lot of people, their friends is what their friends' opinions, all of that, they value that more than anything. And for so many of us, it's our career. For many years, I valued my career far above anything else. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's really important to, once again, how they'll see your marketing and how they'll see your message. Is she just out there trying to live her best life? I'm located in a resort ski town just outside of Glacier National Park in Montana. And we really see a lot of people in the wedding industry here that they're coming here to get married here, to have a destination wedding, to have an elopement here. And it's really all about living their best life. They want to be in the national park. They want to be out in nature. So you're going to market to that person a lot differently to the career-driven woman who's in a suit every day. It's just totally different marketing campaigns. Obviously, some of that also has to do with geographically where your business is located. Now, what is her lifestyle like? Everyone kind of has this I feel like sometimes with social media nowadays, everyone feels like that we all live these super extravagant, expensive lifestyles. And I'm completely boring. But I have to say that I definitely enjoy eating out in an expensive restaurant. It is not something I do all the time, but I love it. It is like an experience for me. And you're going to market to somebody who it matters to them where they're spending their dollars out. I don't go out to dinner very frequently because I have 2 children on my own. And so therefore, going out to a restaurant is a treat to me. So you have to keep in mind, what is her lifestyle like? You know, is she more of a drinks and cocktail type of gal getting, an appetizer or something at a happy hour? Or is she doing the full experience with wine and apps and all the bit, right? Is she saving up to buy a home or a car? Is she having all these life changes at once? You have to keep in mind that for a lot of people, when they're getting married, it's this whole snowball effect. So not only are they combining their lives with someone else, suddenly they're going to be buying a home together. Oh, and we're thinking about children, so we're going to get a new car. And the stress of that can really play a part. So you want to be sure that you're marketing the right way. Are they a saving type person, or do they just spend it as soon as it comes in? Maybe the lifestyle is she's busy planning your next adventure. I have to say that I definitely fit into this category. Since I don't get to take a lot of time away, I have to really plan out when I'm going to go and do something. And for instance, next week I'm out of the office, I'm away from my desk, and I'm going to spend the week adventuring, doing all kinds of fun things. Lots of skiing, I'm going to go ice climbing for the first time, but it's all planned out for me because at heart, I'm a planner. Now, where does she get her information? How does she consume all the info that's coming at her? And there's so many ways nowadays, right? So first off, there's simple. There's TV. Is she watching TV? What TV programs does she watch? What does she watch the news nightly? And all these different things play a part. Is she into reality TV? Is that her, guilty pleasure? Does she read blogs? Does she get her information from other people that she feels are like-minded, like herself, right? So is she reading blogs daily? Does she have some go-tos that she just has to check in with every day? Is she old school and still checking out the newspapers? I read the newspapers still. We have both a daily and a weekly here, and I really love our weekly newspaper here. Social media. I know that so many of us consume all of our information via social media. And I love that we have this way to instantly connect with one another and share our ups and downs. But it's also, like a trap. And you have to be really cautious as to if someone is completely consuming all of their information and the world revolves around social media. You want to be cautious as to what your message is that you're putting out there and have a nice cohesive look. So all of these things are really important when you're thinking about who your ideal person is. What are her hobbies, right? What does she do? What does she do for fun? Is she in a book club? Does she enjoy hiking? Does she enjoy cooking? Does she like to go out to the movies? Having drinks with friends? What's her thing? Does she knit? Does she do calligraphy? What are her hobbies? What is her go-to? Does she ski? Is she a kayaker? And all these things are ways for you to niche into who your ideal person is and then create a marketing message around that person. Where does she shop? Now, once again, I think a lot of this have to do with like geographical things. For me, where I shop is much different than when I lived in Ohio. I shop differently here just because we don't have as much availability to shop. I am a diehard Apple user. I have an iPad to my right. I have Mac set up with 3 screens in front of me that I'm doing this presentation on. I have my iPhone sitting here. I am a diehard Apple person, and I feel like that's an important way to get to me and get your marketing message across to me. Because I like Apple, I like white space, and that piece alone is a lot of like in tuning into your ideal client so that you can market and create the right marketing look and feel for them. Do they shop at J. Crew? Is quality really important to them? Do they shop at Target and Costco? I am a huge Target and Costco shopper. I love Target. I mean, my kids will blow through clothes, so of course I want to put them in Cat and Jack. And Costco, are you kidding me? It saves us so much money buying lots of things in bulk. Or do they shop at their local markets or online? For me, I do both of those. In the summertime in particular, I like to hit up the farmer's market and shop local, but I shop online because plain and simple, it's hard for me to get some things without, actually having to order them online and have them delivered to my home. So you'll notice too in the workbook, we talk about like what are her guilty pleasures, and this sort of falls into the shopping category, kind of like drills it down more. What is the thing that she treats herself to? That's an important piece as well. But most importantly, what does she want from you? What is her takeaway? Not just a tangible good, but what does she want from you? How do you want her to feel? Does she want to hire you because she needs you to capture her big day? Either capture the vision of her big day by being the most amazing event planner who made it seamless for her and made her vision come to life. Are you a photographer and you're there to capture the moments of that day? Are you there to make sure that you're capturing the things she may miss? And I mean twofold there. One, if she doesn't hire an event planner, she might miss doing some things that need to happen. And if you're a photographer, are you there to capture the moments that she doesn't have the time to see but wants to see later? Or a videographer. All of those things work really, really well. Now, you could also be there to create a fairy tale for them. And I feel like for a lot of the weddings that I did when I was in Ohio, that was my main goal, is I was there to turn that day into the fairy tale that they'd always wanted. I was really fortunate and got to work with people with some substantial budgets, and so it made it so making a fairy tale was really a doable thing. Does she want you there as a friend, to hold her hand through the experience? Does she really need someone to be like, it's okay, we're gonna make it, and handle all the hiccups that come along? All these things are really important because there is that tangible piece. If you're a photographer, of course they want beautiful images that they can have blown up on their wall and they can keep forever. But there's the secondary piece that's so important to the puzzle, because they don't just want any images. They have a visual, an idea of what they want, and they want you to make sure you capture that. If you're a planner, they don't just want you to go on vendor visits and go to cake tastings with them. That's not enough. They need to feel like you have some skin in the game and you want their day to be just as beautiful as they do. These are the other secondary auxiliary items that are so important to being in the wedding industry. The wedding industry is so overlaid with emotions, right? Because it's this big day. It's this idea, this ideal, I guess, for lack of better word. And we really, really want to create the right experience. We're going to do a really awesome free training later on the client experience. It's definitely one of the things that I have always excelled at and I love, and I want to teach you guys some of that too. We're not going to get into that today, but just as an FYI. Now, I want to give you 3 ways that you can market to your ideal client. Now, what you'll see is in your packet, there are, the last few pages are just a bunch of photos of these cute little cartoony girls that were also here in the slideshow. The idea is to pick one, you know, I just threw a few in there and pick one. And you don't have to, you just do this on a sheet of paper and draw out whatever you want. And around her, answer these questions. Have your girl, and next to her, you're going to say, well, she's between 25 and 35. And she's at, you know, a mid-level corporate job. And, you know, she really values time with her friends, but, you know, she can't wait to start this life and have a family. I want you to name her, okay? I want you to take this image of this girl that's right here in front of you right now, and on your paper, you're going to give her a name. And you're going to say, okay, so this is Sabrina, and Sabrina is this. And every time you make a decision about a social media graphic, if you're going to be in an association, if you're going to place an ad in a magazine, if you're going to attend a vendor show, if you're going to take a client meeting, you want to look at Sabrina or whatever you name her, and you want to say, does this fit with who Sabrina is? Now, Sabrina's not you. Keep in mind. I mean, there are going to be attributes, of course, that are similar. But Sabrina is your ideal client. She is the one that you want to book over and over and over and over, because you know that you can create what Sabrina wants. And it is a win-win for both of you. So when you make your social media graphics, you know what? No, Sabrina's not going to like raspberry pink. That's not her thing. I shouldn't use that. You know, Sabrina's more of a neutrals type of gal, and I'm going to use those in my posts. Sabrina really likes white space. You know, she values simplicity. And that's how you start to make your marketing decisions. Okay, so that is your homework, right? And if anybody wants to scan theirs in or take a picture and email them to me, Rachel@starmarketingco.com. I would love to send you notes. Love, love, love to. Okay, now, once you have her figured out, it's time to market to her. And not just the things I just said to you. You want to show her why you are the right fit for her. Why should she hire you over others? Okay? Over your competition. Why should she choose you over your competition? Now, this isn't a comparison game. The comparison game is awful. We all know that so much of social media, you know, is not accurate, that it's just this ideal. My hair is currently in a high bun on my head. I am surrounded by Valentine's Day candy. I have a giant glass of water sitting here, and I could put up a style stock photo right now and you would just think, oh wow, she's just having a glorious day. I am having a great day. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. But that doesn't, you know, you just don't want to look at your competition as your enemy. You want to look at your competition as a way to grow your business. You know, it gives you a thermometer reading on where you stand. And you want to keep in mind that it doesn't matter if they say they're fully booked. Who knows what fully booked means to them? It can mean a tenth of the business of what fully booked means to you. So you need to make yourself stand out by showing your ideal client that you're the right fit for her. And she'll know it. She'll see those marketing images that match what her life is like and what she wants out of her big day, and she will, boom, be in tune to you. So once again, you're going to go back to that idea of this is Sabrina, and Sabrina likes these items, and I am going to make sure my marketing message screams those items. Now, you want to help her visualize her day, and I touched on this a little bit ago. So one of the big things is you want to put out on your website, on your social media feeds, the ideal day for Sabrina, right? Once again, like I mentioned before, If your ideal client is in that mid-range budget, do not post images to your social media that are far outreaching. It's going to lead to a bad taste in their mouths when they call you and they're like, oh, I saw this and I really want this. I really want this to be my day. And it's not at all in their budget. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do styled shoots and we shouldn't shoot for the stars, but you're going to want to keep that social media feed on task, in tune to Sabrina. Always keeping her in the back of your mind, right? Because if you can help her visualize, yeah, that's what I want, she's gonna hire you immediately, okay? Now, the third way, reviews from other clients just like Sabrina. That's the key. People love to hear that the other people had a great experience. And when they can relate to that person, even better. When that person looks like them, to them, they visualize and see themselves, then they are highly likely to book you. You need to make your client reviews be one of the most prominent things in your social feeds and on your website. And it's not this idea of like patting yourself on the back. You want the Sabrina to see the other Sabrinas going, yep, I want that day. That's the day I want. And I can't wait to see how you guys play with all this information and put together your ideal client. I realize this is just like a taste of what you can do with your ideal client and how to drill down and how to find her. I really appreciate you guys popping on today. Just a couple of little like clerical things. Like I said, we will put this up as a replay on the website and you can check it out whenever you need. We have some really beautiful Canva templates if you're looking for some inspiration and whatnot on the website. Both the Charlotte and the Amelia are up on the site and the Olivia is coming your way. And we're going to be doing another free training, not next week, the following week, and it's all about your brand style. So your brand style is really, you can go and take the quiz right now. You don't even have to put your email in or anything. You just take the brand style quiz, it's all free. And at the end, it's gonna give you a result. And you take that result and it gives you some information about your brand style. And it also shows you some really great color palettes and some ideas. There's some beautiful Pinterest boards that we've created that match in with everything, as well as there's some templates that match what your brand style is. And we're gonna get into that even more later. We're also launching our group mastermind. It went live this morning. We're gonna start a group mastermind the beginning of March. So March 1st for 3 months. We'll be meeting weekly. And this is where we will take each of these steps. You'll get homework. You're gonna get some really amazing ways to implement how to put your ideal client into work. And you actually also get free access to all the Canva templates when you're in one of the group masterminds. As always, we're always looking for amazing people to guest blog on our website. And we are going to open up 4 slots for one-on-one consulting, which is really rare for us, but we're going to be doing that soon. So stay in touch for that. Yeah, and the Canva templates are on sale through the end of Valentine's Day. 25% off the whole shop. So it's pretty amazing. Use code LOVE. Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, for popping by. I'll peek in the group here in a second and just see if anybody had any questions I can answer. And just keep writing me questions in there and I'll get back to you. Thanks, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.